Folks, so today, I just wish to teach you guys a little tip and trick I discovered myself. I'm not so sure if this is actually a thing in high-level competitive Pokemon, but one thing I have noticed, and one thing that has brought success to me, even in tournament games, and on the ladder, is that choice scarfers are becoming much more greedy and aggressive. What do I mean by this? We all know that choice scarf is an item that boosts the Pokemon speed by one stage, but locks you into the first attack that you decide to click. And in the past, it used to be the trend that the Pokemon that you would choose to don the choice scarf for your team, more often than not, they would run max speed. But lately, it seems that Pokemon are finding more success by tweaking their speed stats and sometimes even running an attack boosting nature. The reason I believe this is the case is threefold, and at the end of the video I shall discuss some cons and why I believe that these potential disadvantages are not that serious at the end of the day. One of the main reasons I believe that common choice scarf users are running less than maximum speed or are running non-speed boost natures is because of the item Booster Energy. With many of the top Pokemon in Overused, such as Iron Valiant, rocking the Booster Energy item, more often than not they tend to boost their speed, granting them the equivalent of a choice scarf boost, without the drawback of being locked into a move. Although this can only be achieved once per battle. Usually the effects and the timing that it is employed is at a moment when you'll usually end up getting some mileage from the one-time use nature of the Booster Energy. With so many relevant Booster Energy Pokemon, choice scarf users are becoming less and less relevant in the overused tier, as other Pokemon can simply outpace them. This leads me to my second point. The metagame is not as diverse as it used to be. Back in the day we used to have Mega Pokemon, and there were a whole lot more Pokemon available. Pokemon that could set up and boost their speed, Pokemon that got speed boosts for claiming KOs, Pokemon with insane priority moves, Pokemon with weather-related abilities like Mega Swampert, a large variety of Pokemon that you had to account for when building your team. Hence with so many more threats to be aware of. Choice scarf users were not spoiled for choice. You were forced to run a certain amount of speed in any specific tier to deal with these ultra-fast Pokemon. Or to Generation 9 where the speed stats and boosting options are not so insanely quick and are not as many as they used to be. This has opened up the door for choice scarfers to have a clear idea of who they need to outspeed in their respective tiers. Back in the day when Hoopa Unbound was underused, it ran an adamant nature even though its speed was only base 80. This was because in underused. With an adamant nature and a choice scarf, it would outspeed every single non-choice scarf Pokemon in the tier. Just to give you an example. And the final reason I believe that choice scarfers are trying to get more aggressive and grab as much power and bulk as they possibly can with tweaking their EVs and IVs is because of Terrestrialize. The only reason that many choice scarfers are doubling down on offense is because they can Terrestrialize into one of their original types and gain a super boost on their stab, allowing their damage to reach levels close to that of a choice band, but with the added benefit of outspeeding the entire unboosted tier. Some of the cons you might think of is that, what happens if I'm facing a mirror matchup? Folks, I'm here to tell you that if your answer to the opponent's choice scarfer is, I hope my choice scarfer with the same speed set will win the speed tie, you are approaching that position very incorrectly. You need to build your teams adequately enough to where any potential choice scarfer that you recognize from the opponent's team, you have a reliable way and means to deal with it. Hoping for a speed tie win, although sometimes necessary, is not the best course of action. Although this video is not to discourage anyone from running absolute maximum speed on their choice scarfers, I'm just advertising that it is no longer absolutely necessary that be the case. With way fewer Pokemon and way fewer choice scarfs in general, there's already more than enough leeway to allow you to make this sacrifice in search of more power. Folks, if you did end up learning anything or enjoying this video in any capacity, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already. And also let me know in the comments, what do you think of the choice scarf item? Are you going to be content with the power level you have and run maximum speed on all your choice scarfers always? Or do you think that sacrificing a tiny amount of speed for maximum power is a worthy sacrifice that you shall consider making from now on when using a choice scarf Pokemon? I'd love to know your thoughts. As always folks, we shall be U-turning out. Until next time, thanks for watching.